All right. The real story of Aperion in Ish's 1,000 player civilization. And I muted.
1 million. This is Ish, a Minecraft YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, and over the next 10 days, he split 1,000 players onto 2 completely different islands. The only rule, if you die once, you're dead forever. Players were given no guidance whatsoever, and throughout each day, cities expanded, friends were made, and nations even went to war. Luckily, I got to take place in what would become the craziest 10 days of hardcore Minecraft I've ever played. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy my perspective of Ish's 1,000 player civilization event. My gosh, there's so many people. This is crazy. I spawned into the event on top of some trees and took my first glance at the world before almost immediately dying. Oh, remember what I said about there being 2 islands? Well, the one I was on, Island 2, turned out to be the rich island with tons of resources. Island 1 had it a lot harder with boiling water, 1 massive tree, and little to no food. Oh, but they did have a sick volcano. As for me, I was making my way towards Aperion, the nation I'd be a part of during this event. Obviously, Aperion wasn't the only nation in Island 2. There was also Tricolor, led by Jofiel, Luminara, led by 3 Below Zero, the Commonwealth, comprised of 5 factions, each with their own leader, the Cass Coalition, led by Call Me Cass, and tons of other nations, big and small. At this point, I'd finally met up with everyone at Aperion and began gathering resources. I spent most of day 1 mining with some others, and quickly found a cave, then iron, before heading down into Deep Slate to look for diamonds. We were off to a great start with our first building being made and the farms already set up. Aperion had 5 goated farmers. There was Slapples, Rel, Hunter, Queen, and Reebok. I then gave a tour of our mining operations to the president of Aperion, Alkaline Alk. Back on the surface, a citizen named Freshman gave a zoning tour, letting us know where to build what. Also, I decided to voluntarily give up my diamond things to resource management because I'm just such a nice guy. And just like that, day 1 of the Ish Civilization event had come to an end. But things were about to get a lot more interesting on day 2. Now, I know I somewhat sped through day 1, but day 2 is when stuff really goes down. The day started out with the people working on the farm, mining underground, or building up the nation, but so was every other nation on Island 2. And with all these nations prospering, Island 2 feared that the poor Island 1 would become jealous and band together to invade Aperion and all the other nations. And so on day 2, a meeting was set up between all the nations' leaders on Island 2 to discuss this growing concern. The meeting was set to take place 30 minutes into the day, just outside of Tricolor. But with most of our government officials not having full diamond armor, the majority of the citizens rushed into the mines. But even with this mining effort, they decided to go armorless to the meeting like the goats they were. Also, now is probably a good time to mention I was the vice president of Aperion, second to Alk. And even though I was part of the government, when the time came, Alk told me to stay behind and look after the city, while he and the rest of the government left for the meeting. The people going was, of course, Mr. President himself. Then there was Porky, one of the 5 Aperion senators, Scarlet, another senator, Jagster, the Speaker of the Senate, and Cell Shadow, the head diplomat of Aperion. A player named Saparata was the one who helped oversee this meeting, and once most of the nations had made it to the location, the floor opened up to discussion.
Well, it's lovely to have everyone here. I believe we have several things to discuss, several proposals. I myself have one.
I have proposed an island defense pact. We have heard reports from Island 1 that they have very harsh sentiments towards our island for our luscious resources. So to combat this, we should make a defensive pact where all members of the pact agree to defend each other in case of an attack.
It's worth noting, if I may speak, that they do have better weapons than us.
Netherite, right?
There have been reports of, yes, rare materials.
Which nations are most at risk right now? Who's closest to the border?
So we at Aperion designed our nation to be like the first point of refuge, to be at the cross between the 2 islands. But we also believe this might be our biggest weakness because we will be the front line if they come.
So it seems like, unless I'm mistaken, all of us are in agreement with regard to mutual defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, if I may interject, I think I may have a solution that may solve all of our problems regarding the fears and worries of Island 1. So the only way we can stand against them truly is
to wipe them out.
Unite. A simple defensive pact is not going to work long term, nor will treaties of cooperation and trade. Gifts of aid and peace on their own are signs of weakness. So instead, we need to put aside our personal desires
I have a
and
question.
unite regardless of democracy or autocracy and be ready for what's to come from Island 1.
There are a lot of concessions that need to be made to different parties. I don't believe that it would be fair to a lot of other civilizations that are a lot smaller in their representation if they were to merge into a larger government. I don't believe that there's any civilization on Island 1 that on its own could take out all of us with this defensive pact in mind. Rest my case.
But you must surely have heard
On a side note, the fact that 3 Below Zero, like, was would have been in favor of the pact, but sent Flux in his stead is crazy. Because if he went, then they would have just joined the pact, and then Flux would have had to like either kill 3 Below Zero, or just branch off and do his own sort of thing.
the reports. You know what they're thinking.
Everyone else tell them is friendly. There are multiple friendly nations.
Can I interject here for a second, guys?
Go ahead.
If we're
Saps.
spread across the entire island, we don't stand a chance.
I think we should have a centralized location before they arrive here. But when they do, we shouldn't be ready for war.
I want to address Aperion real quick. I think you are 100% right. I think you have reasons to be concerned about unification in general. But if you don't agree to the terms set at the table, you wouldn't have a voice at the council meeting. You wouldn't be able to be at this table for future meetings, potentially.
That is exactly the issue. We came here, or at least I did, to discuss a mutual defense pact, and then after that discuss the bridge, which was a part of the agenda. Then it turned into a ultimatum against us to then accept these terms of moving closer, of doing all this other stuff that were never even on the agenda to begin with. So, as far as it comes here, I don't see any functional difference. I don't see any functional difference.
This meeting is still going on? Sorry.
Average world meeting.
The Minecraft politics are
Oh
crazy-ish.
my gosh.
I think we should maybe just adjourn the meeting for today and then continue.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
let's continue this in Discord. I think we should adjourn this.
All right, the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. Good talk.
Thank you, Joe. That went pretty bad.
No, that was absolutely horrid.
With the Aperion delegation safely returning home, Alk was about to give a speech to summarize what had been discussed at the meeting.
All right, everyone, gather around, get where you can see me. We, as the Aperion delegation, the government, have all came back from a meeting in Tricolor. There, we discussed our defensive alliance. We also discussed the bridge, or we tried to anyways. But, unfortunately, Luminara pretty much hijacked the whole meeting and turned it into an ultimatum against Aperion to either integrate into a massive city or die. We stood our grounds.
Woo! Yeah.
We stood our grounds.
Mr. President, do a flip!
But in the future, we will do our best to maintain Aperion's sovereignty and independence, and our steadfast commitment to democratic ideals and constitutionally recognized civil rights.
That's my president!
Aperion lives and marches on!
Alright. It was the morning of day 3, and as I walked outside, I thought, you know what? I want to build a house. But before that could happen, I needed to do a few chores, one of which was to finally get some diamond armor and tools. After a quick mining trip and tons of luck, that was checked off. Okay, now I could build a... What is this tree doing here? Okay, surely now I could build a house. Government stuff. And then I was free. A lot of us had been making some pretty good progress on their houses, and I managed to grab a pretty decent plot of land to start building. And while me and a lot of the citizens were busy building houses, Alk and Jag were meeting up with Luminar at a small nation named Konkamo. There, Aperion and Luminar would hopefully resolve the tension that grew between us at the Day 2 meeting.
Okay, so with the start of our relations, we were a little bit rocky because you guys brought a prepared speech, and I feel like kind of trying to like put Aperion on the spot for like no reason, essentially.
I'd say the people who went to that meeting yesterday should be the ones talking, because...
Yeah, I'd like to quickly say, I very much apologize. We were never intending to put Aperion on the spot in particular. We weren't trying to focus attention on you guys at all. It was just a proposal that we brought up because we thought it could have some kind of success.
I was gonna say, I also know that, after yesterday, I think a lot of our people just want to sort of mainly remain like more neutral and focus on the bridge itself instead of a lot of like outreach politics, if that makes sense.
This bridge that Luminara had been working on was actually their main project and would serve to eventually connect the two islands and make travel a lot faster.
So I think the defensive pact, as long as we're all still signatories of that, I think that our relations will be overall plenty fine. I don't think that there's really that much more we have to do than that. I appreciate it.
Alright, so I think we've come to a compromise here, and we can move on to the next proposal, which I think is, the topic is about the bridge.
Alright.
Yes.
We actually held a popular vote today. It's currently 40-5 on not, like, we want the bridge to be our project and to do a lot of it independently, if that makes sense.
Oh no, okay, that's about what we were about to say too. We need our resources going towards Aperion and the town first, and aid second.
Yeah, we just wanted to just make sure that, you know, it was clear that Aperion kind of didn't have the resources or willpower to contribute to that kind of project currently.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Tell him to stop. No. No. Get
Who's
rid
doing
of
that?
Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Okay. Get him.
Are they playing
Get
Among
him.
Us?
Yeah, they are.
It's kind of funny.
Public execution immediately.
No, this is not our turn.
Let's go.
Let's close this out. Let's close this out before we continue.
I think that of the 2 points discussed, both Luminara and Aperion will continue, or at least have the goal of keeping positive relations both externally and internally within both of their civs, and that the bridge project is currently under the domain of specifically Luminara, but the bridge project, once completed, will be open for everyone to use.
Alright, I'd say it's about time we got out.
Alright, I'm gonna cut the meeting now. We don't have a lot of time left. We only have an hour left in the session, so...
After a successful meeting with Luminara, Alk and Jag were finally heading home to Aperion. But on their way home, something was happening across Island 2.
Uh-oh. Dude.
In a crazy turn of events, a Commonwealth leader had been assassinated. A player...
You watched him switch up his entire drip from something chill and dark to literal armor, diamond at that, and said, yup, business as usual. Hey man, you just wanted a nap. That's all it was. It's okay.
named Rorycan was unsatisfied with the way Wolfram was going about stuff and decided to kill Wolfram when its guard was lowered. Also, with Alkenjak making it back to Aperion, a speech was needed to inform all of us on what had happened at the meeting.
Here's what's happening. I need to explain the situation happening on the island right now. So, me and Jag both went over to talk with Luminara and sort out our differences. I think that for the most part, we're on pretty good terms right now, so we don't have to worry about that for the near future.
Yeah!
Hold on, there's more. Just recently, one of the leaders of the Commonwealth, which the Commonwealth are multiple nations, but one of the leaders of the Commonwealth was recently assassinated by, I think, as with the current information, by another one of the Commonwealth members. So there may be a civil war happening
who was assassinated?
shortly. Just know that we are monitoring the situation and we will try to address it as more facts are released. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much for your time.
Wait, can we get a jump for fun,
Aperion lives and marches on!
Jump!
With Wolfram being slain by his own man in the Commonwealth and tensions rising on Island 2, things were about to get very interesting on the next day. Day 4 was the beginning of a new term for Aperion's government positions, which meant me and Alk had either stayed in office or been outvoted.
Thanks.
Hey Alk.
How you doing, man? Congratulations, we won.
Yes.
Yeah, congrats guys. I saw that you guys won. Congrats.
Do you know how beehives work? Like how to get them, maybe?
I think you can get bottles and you can extract the honey.
We had made it to a second term. To be completely honest, I was very distant from the ins and outs of the government as I'd come back from a vacation literally the day before the start of the event, so I wasn't very informed on the island politics. I then spent the beginning of day 4 chopping down the disgusting tree floating above my house. Everything was going really smoothly, almost too smoothly. Little did we know, something crazy was about to happen on Island 2.
If you're using it for PvP, then
Jofil's dead!
Holy fuck!
Holy assassination!
The leader of the largest nation on all of Island 2 had just been assassinated by her second-in-command, Seraphim. As Seraphim ran into hiding, leaders across the island were nervous about who would be next. Fortunately for them, SAPS had just finished building a meeting room and called for an emergency meeting between all island leaders to discuss the growing tensity and unrest across the nations. Back in Aperion, only a select few were going to travel to SAPS's meeting.
SAPS has called the emergency meeting.
Alright, we have to go to the emergency meeting. Alright, I want to tell my delegation, Jagster, I want you with me. Scarlet, come with me. Dynamic Warfare, come with me. Alright, we're going to be going to a delegation. We're going to be in a delegation and an emergency meeting.
I was devastated not being able to go to this meeting and felt totally excluded from everyone else in the Aperion government.
Yeah, I'm not
But
gonna
then
lie.
again, I wasn't as informed as their senator.
I would feel some sort of way because he literally took everybody else. It'd be different if it was like 10 people and he took 6 of them. But it looks from that angle like he literally, there was 8 people in the room and he took the other 6 and then himself. Like he ignored bro.
Jag or a military lead dynamic, and so knowing they would be better off without me, I watched them leave, hoping that they would return safely.
Alright, Saps, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Slowly, Commonwealth leaders and Tricolor representatives arrived at the meeting.
We're waiting on Luminara.
Luminara?
Luminara, yeah.
They're always getting lost. Alright, I'll be back.
Oh, finally! Sit down, sit down, sit down, Three Below.
Listen. I had some stuff going on. I'm sorry.
This is probably going to be one of the most important meetings since, unfortunately, the leader of Tricolor, Jofiel, was just assassinated by her second-in-command.
Hello, my name is Phoenix. I am a representative from Tricolor along with Jamin and Matt Soot. We are fine for the most part. We are determining who will take their place on the council, both for Jofiel and for Seraphim. But for now, our kingdom is staying strong.
I would like to bring it to the table on if you agree with full KOS on Seraphim, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, so I have something to say. Is there a possibility, any possibility, that the assassination of Wolfram and Arthon and the assassination of Jofiel by Seraphim is any way connected?
Yes.
Is there a conspiracy going on right now? Do we think that's a thing? Are leaders safe?
I have reason to believe that leaders are not safe, but we don't have any evidence for it.
Yeah, there's no.
I also don't think the leaders are safe.
Ironically, as all of the leaders were discussing safety, none of the
I was about to
guards
say.
had checked the roof above the table.
How safe this
And
meeting
as the
is,
meeting
dude.
was coming to a close, tragedy struck.
This music in the background is heinous behavior. I thought Saps did it himself. Very cute, very cute.
Tragedy had struck. The assassination attempt by Seraphim and a player named New Kids had succeeded and killed 6 Island 2 leaders, 2 of whom were Alk and Jag. The trap didn't fully go off, which left Luminara's leader 3 Below and our military lead Dynamic able to live another day. In the ensuing chaos after the trap, Selth and Jammonhead were able to kill Seraphim, but New Kids got away. With Alk and Jag both dead, that left me as the new president of Aperion. But after some consideration, I made a choice. I didn't have the capability to lead given how little knowledge I had at that point, and instead handed off the role of president to freshmen. Instead of leading, I chose to leave politics behind me and continue working on my house. I also joined the military to avenge Alk and Jag, and also because New Kids and the host of the meeting, Saps, were now on the loose. With all of this happening at the end of day 4, day 5 was going to get very interesting. Despite what happened in the previous day, Aperion was mostly back on its feet. As for me, I had a pretty busy first day as a guard as I attended Selth, our head diplomat, to multiple meetings.
Just make sure to stay absolutely safe and don't do anything unnecessary. You guys have a lot of valuable stuff on you, and we do not need anything else going wrong.
Our first destination was the Cass Coalition, and upon arriving, me and some other guards hung out while Selth went inside. The meeting lasted a while, but pretty much everyone shared information about who could potentially be behind the Day 4 assassinations. Also, the name Pandora was assigned as the new Island 2 name, and then me and Selth were off again, heading over to the Commonwealth to attend Saps' trial. While the trial was still being set up, I kept an eye on Saps, the person who was suspected to have killed the leaders the day prior. And then it was time for the trial. Saps was accused of conspiring with Seraphim and New Kids to set up the trap, several people came up to share information, and Saps gave a response to the crimes. The trial took 20 minutes, but in the end, Saps was found guilty. The execution was supposed to take place at the Gauntlet, but on the way over, something crazy happened. Saps made a run for it, and immediately players ran after him. Unfortunately, most of the players ran ahead, so Saps only needed to outrun a few people to escape. After a long boat chase around the island, Saps had successfully escaped justice. Now, Aperion was also hosting a trial at the same time back home. A player by the name of Eek was caught plotting to overthrow Aperion's government, until on day 5, Eek was tried. He was ultimately found guilty and was executed, though he did try making a run for it. Eventually, me and Selth ended up back at the courtroom where our second trial was taking place, Rorican's. He was charged for killing a Commonwealth leader named Wolfram. Rorican was deemed guilty, and like Saps, was sentenced to death at the Gauntlet, this time with much more supervision on the way. Now let's all take a guess at what happened. Obviously, he started running, but luckily we had a lot of people keeping an eye on him. Right, guys? Guys?
Facts.
Hello?
Close enough.
Because everyone decided to follow Rory through the cave, I tracked him above ground along with a few others. I managed to just catch him in my render distance as he surfaced on the water, and it was a boat chase from there. Also, there were only 5 minutes left in the day, so it was now or never to catch and kill Rory. Now, I had the upper advantage against him as he only had on iron armor, but something felt off during the boat chase. Then, this happened. My boat froze and I couldn't move. I literally watched as Rorican boated off into the distance. As a last resort, I logged off and back on, but by the time I relogged, Rory had escaped. Day 6 was different than the other days, as Ish called for a build day, where no fighting would occur and you could spend the time building up your nation. After being gone from Aperion for the entirety of Day 5, I was ready to finally finish building my house.
Oh, that's pretty neat. Did you make this?
I did.
I'm a fan.
That's neat.
Good work.
I don't even have a house yet. I've just been living out of my office.
Yeah, I live at my workplace.
You can rent my second floor for 10 diamonds a minute.
Oh my god.
I'll just sleep on my desk. Thank you.
20% discount.
I've seen diamonds before.
Let's go. He's just gonna sell us something.
10 diamonds. After finally completing my house, I had some time to tidy up some stuff around the city. But then, it was time for the funeral.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to honor the passing of 3 beloved individuals, 3 leaders of Aperion, Senator Scarlet, Senator Jagster, and President Alkaline Alk. I will now ask those who have words ready to come up and speak.
Wow. It's weird having them all gone, not seeing them around in town. I remember interviewing Alk after the meeting at Tricolor for a daybreak. Instead of just interviewing him, we just talked, just had a conversation one-on-one for like an hour and a half. It was great, just talking to him. I remember Jag had his plan and made sure no one from Aperion died on the first day. And I think it's definitely something we should remember. Scarlet, she used to be such a fiery spirit, such a energy for Aperion, such passion. It's gonna be weird having all of them gone.
I'm very proud to have been sitting next to those 2 honorable men. It was so awful to see them all die in front of me. I'm just very glad that I got a chance to serve beside all 3 of these great people who benefited our nation in many great and incalculable ways.
If I'm being honest, these 3 guys, without them, none of us would be where we are right now. We have to carry the torch for them from now on. It's our duty, it's our job, and we have to make sure this happens.
Day 7 was a big day, as it was the first time people from both islands could visit the other island.
You guys have so many diamonds. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you.
Aperion had decided to send food and resources over to the Blue Cross to distribute to Island 1. Me, Cell Shadow, and a few others grabbed the resources along with cows and sheep, and we were off to Island 1 for the first time. We hit land at the southern side of Elysium and traveled our way north towards the Blue Cross. After spending 6 days on the Rich Island, it was actually really cool seeing just how different life was on Island 1, from the builds to the equipment to the environment.
Where the heck did that pirate ship come from? It's not critical to the story we're telling, so it's okay.
Along the way, some of our animals straight up just disappeared, so we arrived with only 1 of the 6 animals we started with. The Blue Cross was still very grateful of the materials we brought, and before leaving, our group stayed a little bit longer to hang out with the people from Island 1. Then, our group got word from Freshman, the current president, that an Aperion citizen had fled to Island 1 after being caught planning to assassinate Freshman. We were told the coordinates of where the fugitive was and quickly headed north across Island 1 to get there. We found the fugitive Morsam in the uppermost part of Island 1 and quickly surrounded him. We told Morsam that he had the right to a fair trial back at Aperion, but if he tries to run for it, we would kill him. Sam obviously agreed to these terms and was led all the way back to Aperion. And it was during this boat ride back that this happened.
What? Oh.
New Kids, one of the players who assassinated the leaders on day 4, had just killed the leader of Luminara 3 Below Zero. As the second-in-command Fluixon ascended to president of Luminara, people began to wonder if all the deaths were connected somehow. Was Saps behind it all, new kids, or was it someone who's been hiding in plain sight? As our Blue Cross mission finally returned home, no one was quite sure what was going to happen in the upcoming days. At the beginning of day 8, things started out pretty slow. The new and improved courthouse was almost complete for more Sam's trial, so with that happening soon, people either hung around and chatted or did some work around the city. Everyone was kind of excited for more Sam's upcoming trial, except for one man. Legacies. Legacies believed in Morsam's innocence, so he decided to spam note blocks, hit officers, and overall be a general nuisance to the officers. Legacies was thrown in jail along with Morsam, but then Sam said he had to log off for the day, so the focus shifted to a trial for Legacies. Legacies was given an attorney, Nameless Hero, and a jury of 3 was selected. I actually got to be a part of the jury, but that meant I had to pay attention, so you could say it was a win and a loss. Legacy started by pleading not guilty, some accusations were made, and a lot of words were spoken, so let's just skip the yapping and cut to the end. After the trial, me, Slapples, and Shredder went outside to discuss the punishment for Legacies. Sadly, my mic started glitching, so I had to use chat during the discussion. During this time, Morsam quickly logged back on and managed to escape out of the prison cell with help from his friends. Even though this is really unfortunate, Aperion's second successful trial had just ended with Legacies being found guilty of all charges. And according to our 1,000-page long constitution, he could either be imprisoned again or do manual labor. Ultimately, we decided manual labor was the best. And that was pretty much it for day 8. I know it was a pretty slow day, but days 9 and 10 are going to be a lot more action-packed. Day 9 started off in a bit of chaos. Legacies was chased down and killed by Officer Peanut Butter for numerous reasons, mainly not cooperating and more griefing. Also, me and a few others from the military were planning on chasing down New Kids, who was over on Island 1. The Aperion corner was a swarm of moving players until we were again stunned when one of our senators, Porkinado, died to a stalagmite trap. Then, in yet another crazy turn of events, the whole cast coalition pulled up to Aperion. Apparently, Freshman and Call Me Cass had found evidence to who the mastermind was behind all the assassinations.
Through the falsely accused Saps, proven innocent, and manipulated Saps, and through the rock-solid evidence of Coalition Council Leader Theron, we've found the person responsible for the multiple leader assassinations, including the assassination of your own president, among many others. It's unfortunate to announce that the person responsible is none other than Fluxion, the newly and falsely elected leader of Luminara. Together, we unite with the Luminarians ready to revolt against their newly empowered leader, the person responsible for massacres against nearly every nation leader on Pandora. Are we ready to fight for Luminara and for justice?
Yeah.
Fellas, it's time to storm Luminara.
Yep.
Let's do this!
I am so dead.
Let's go!
Half of us took boats while the other half sprinted down the coastline towards Luminara, where we would all converge on Flux.
Hey! What the hell is this?
Resisting arrest.
I'm not moving.
Flux, you are under the arrest for suspicion of causing Day 4 assassinations, killing Drag, Alf, members of Tricolor, and leader of Commonwealth. You are being put on trial for these crimes.
Wait, I thought it was kill on sight.
He's entitled to a fair trial.
Why are we arresting him?
Hey,
no, hey!
I cannot abide by law.
Watch out, let me
Trap there.
Could be a trap.
He's actually the killer. He has to die.
After returning home to Aperion, here's what we knew of what was called the Conspiracy. This group, led by Fluixon, were the people who planned and carried out the assassinations on all these leaders. At the start of it all, on day 4, Seraphim was a part of the conspiracy. After Jophiel's death, when Saps left to help the leaders find their way to the meeting, the conspiracy made their move. The dripstone trap was set inside Saps' build, with Saps being the perfect scapegoat for the conspiracy. On day 5, Thomas became the prosecutor in Saps' trial to hopefully get him killed and finish the job. Even when Saps escaped death, investigations were already being launched to find who else the killers could be. The conspiracy also wanted 3 Below Zero dead, and on day 7, the leader of Luminara was being guarded by Godiga, a member of the conspiracy. During the fight with New Kids, Godiga pretended to fight back so it wouldn't be suspicious, but ultimately let 3 Below Zero die. At this point, Freshman and Call Me Cass had all the information pointing towards Flux, and so when they got word he was attending 3 Below's funeral, Aperion and Cass Coalition grouped together and rushed towards Luminara. The rest was a bit disappointing as Flux managed to escape, but nonetheless it was a really exciting day. The rest of the day was also a bit stressful as we were told the nation was potentially going to invade us, but luckily that never happened. The last day had finally come. Flux and the rest of the conspiracy had fled to Infernus, the volcano nation over on Island 1, and were taking refuge there. The attacking side consisted of Aperion, West Helm, Tricolor, Luminara, Cass Coalition, and several other nations, while the defending side had around 120 players from multiple other nations. I accompanied Freshman to a short meeting at Tricolor before heading back to Aperion to prepare for the war. Then we were off to West Helm where we would meet up with all the other attacking nations.
Alright. Calm down. Gentlemen, welcome to West Helm. Welcome to Island 1 if you're from Island 2. We are probably going to work together to attack the volcano, and hopefully there'll be equality and the right people will die. That's all I'm going to say, and up to the Saps now.
This group that we've gathered here today, we have one common goal, is to rid the corruption out of the world.
Together, we unite here and take a stand. Together, let's fight. Together, let's end this fury that plagues us.
Dude, they are ready to slide. I forgot about that. The final battle. Basically for Aperion. Farmer got killed too. R.I.P. Cypress. To save their lives. The 1v1 spawning in and out. Going at it, golden apples and all, hit for hit. Armor from Green versus Diamond. Literally amazing. It doesn't get much better than this. No matter how many times I watch it, it will always and ever be a banger. Saps came out on top. And to think that wasn't scripted, man, Just got some characters
Once
in the lineup.
Fluxon had died, the war had officially ended, with Thomas running into hiding in the Infernus Castle being completely taken by the attacking side. In the end, over 330 players died fighting in the battle, which left the majority of nations, including Aperion, a low player count. The remaining
330
citizens
is
built graves for
crazy.
me and the rest of the fallen Aperites, and spent days 11 and 12 visiting other nations and telling stories about the ones who died.
It's real. Anime style.
Ah, just kidding. The event wouldn't end in a sad way like this. On day 13, Ish revived every single person who had died to spend one final day together.
He said
Oh wait,
not
Oscar, here guys, let me show you guys your memorial. Come here, follow me to the farm. Here's your memorial. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
This is amazing.
Oh, there you are, Scarlet!
Hello!
You're alive!
Scarlet!
Hey, guys, center of town group photo. Go, get down. Go.
It was really great seeing everyone back in Aperion for one final day. Throughout the event, I had a blast meeting new people, and eventually there will be more events like this. As for this event, Ish is about to release his video that will explore everything that happened on both Island 2 and on Island 1. But as for now, our story ends.
Armor off.
That was a banger. That was a oh, so he uses the recordings and everything from everybody else. Oh, it makes sense now. It must take forever to do, though. Nevertheless, I am impressed, as always.